here for the first.
Oh,
Let's go. Paul's here for the first time.
Man, welcome, Paul.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Guys, welcome back
Welcome.
into the Vortex. We're here with the boy Paul, man. Paul, say hello.
How's everybody doing? I'm excited to be here for the first time. I big fan of podcasts, and obviously it's good to be on with the boys.
It's not his first time on the pod, right? On a pod.
Our first guest,
Yeah, it's our
ever.
first guest.
and it's Paul. So we just got back from the Super Bowl, man.
Craziest time of my life.
Moment of silence, man, for
Man.
that loss. That was rough, Tom. We'll go through like the whole thing, but what are your initial thoughts of that game?
Well, I was looking back. I actually watched the whole game back.
Did you?
I saw that
I couldn't.
remember how Jalen Hurts fumbled the ball and they scored him for a touchdown?
Yeah.
Right? Well, dude, apparently they grabbed his face mask. Apparently they were grabbing his face mask and all that stuff, and then they picked up the ball and ran. There was so much stuff with the refs that were kind of like letting stuff go and not letting stuff go. It was stupid.
It was an interesting game. Like it was a great game. That was a great game up until the end. I mean, yeah, they really weren't calling anything. So like I think that's kind of the big thing people are saying is I guess technically yeah, it was a hold, but they weren't really calling that the whole game. So you're going to really call it on the last play and not give the people the game-winning possible drive from Jalen Hurts that they want to see. It's messed up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's messed up. He could have we could have went it could have been to overtime. That probably we easily could have got a field goal. And that could have gone to overtime and would have been maybe the best Super Bowl in history. Could have been.
I mean,
Most
yeah.
exciting Super Bowl in one of them.
My thing is this: what you're talking about the refs. If you're gonna call something, you got to call it the whole game.
Yeah.
You
Be
can't.
consistent.
You can't call something that's minor or, just completely blow a call like that. Like you can't do that.
No.
Especially with that much time left in the Super Bowl. It doesn't get much worse than that.
Yeah, it was what?
That's arguably worse than the Saints-Rams NFC Championship. I mean, that was a full-on, obvious non-call on a pass interference.
Yeah.
This, I guess, he kind of did hold them. I wouldn't call that. I don't think anyone should call that.
There's a little tug.
It's a little tug, but
That's what a lot of people were comparing that to.
yeah,
The Saints Rams.
in
They're like
terms,
this.
in terms of horrible calls / non-calls,
Yeah.
that would be a good comparison. I give. Yeah,
That's crazy.
I mean, it decided the game. Like it's
It literally did decide the game.
absolutely.
Like
It
that-
was third down. It was
It-
third down and what 7, whatever it was.
They're down inside. Yeah. Dude, but it's not even like he touched the ball. It was way over his head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
I can't. Oh my gosh. Even in the Super Bowl, there was so much stuff that was happening. There's so many perspectives. Like, there's our perspective, there's your perspective, there's Liam's perspective of all just like the fans that had sayings in it. Like for us, when we were in the game, there was people standing in front of us, right? So there was like this old couple to the left of us. There's these young folks like in the front. And these two people started standing up in front of the game. All the people were like, yo, sit down, sit down. Like they did not care. They spent all this money to go to the game. And the one guy's like, yo, like I paid all these tickets. Like, can you
Yeah.
please sit down? And the woman was rude. She was like, no, like I paid my tickets too. So we literally went up in the person's ear and was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then literally they just
I
all
remember
sat
that,
down,
yeah.
bro. It was crazy. And then the person next to us, there's these two girls that were sitting there. They didn't seem excited for the game, but they seemed too excited. You know,
They were there for the Rihanna concert.
they were
Oh my
jamming. They
God.
had Nick Foles jerseys on. They were jamming. As long as they were Eagles
Nick
fans,
Foles,
all right.
Jesus.
But the people next to us, they were really great people, but beer was being spilled on them and stuff like that. The lady's looking over. She's like, yo, what the? Like, there was just so much stuff going on.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. The guy next to us was like, yo, like, we had cards. We were doing videos. He's like, yo, you breaking here? And like, when someone goes, you breaking here? You're like, all right, you know something,
Yeah.
right? No one just says
Yeah.
that. I was like, yeah. We let him open a pack. He pulled a Herbert rookie.
He pulled a Herbert rookie, and we were like, yo, how about you keep it? And he goes, nah, I'm all right. And he gave it back to us. We're like, oh, okay.
You can have it, man, if you want. He's like, nah. I was like, all right.
You also pulled a Herbert rookie, didn't
Oh
you?
yeah, the base trade rookie. You pulled a hyper. In the
Yeah.
hotel.
I
didn't
know.
you?
The one time we weren't even recording.
We brought so many packs, and they were all garbage, man. We didn't get a single good thing other than the.
Which one? There's two, and I opened them, but the one was on camera, the one wasn't. The one was it was
Deshaun Watson pink rookie.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But we wanted Mahomes. But either way, about going back to the game. The game was good. It was the Super Bowl was definitely more corporate. Like you could tell.
Oh yeah.
You could tell. Like I heard that before, and I would definitely agree. It was a lot of like people in suits, a lot of like less fans, I guess, and more just like people there for the event, I guess.
We're analysts and like I would say, like there was analysts, family, like people that belong to like sports and like had jobs in sports. were there.
Yeah, it was definitely less of like an Eagles game or a Chiefs game, I guess. I mean, there was a lot of Eagles fans there, but you could definitely tell the demographic skewed a lot older.
Yeah.
I
lot
completely
older.
agree.
And we got like even the guy at the airport's like, how is someone like you going to the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
I was
there's
like,
a lot of people. There was just so much. Even like bringing up the airport. I remember it was. I think it was either we were waiting for you or we were waiting for Paul, but it was one of us here, and we were talking to one of the guys, and we're like, yeah, like oh yeah, because Paul was wearing a Celtics Larry Bird jersey, and he's like, man, you're with him, and we're like, yeah, like,
Oh.
he's still a Philly fan, like he's rooting for the Eagles.
Yeah.
He goes, oh man, like I was wondering, like you guys Kobe fans? I'm like, yeah, dude, like everyone loves Kobe, right? And he goes, yeah, well, I was Kobe's high school coach at Lower Marion. We were like,
Yeah, he was
what?
assistant
Yeah.
coach.
And we were like, dude, like it's crazy how
sick.
just like talking to someone, like this is the thing. You guys got to just like talk to people anywhere because you never know who they know, what they've been through. Because if we never said hello to that guy, like we were talking to the guy for like 20 minutes about
Yeah.
Kobe and everything like that. It's crazy.
yeah, no, that was sick. And that was literally just getting into the airport. Oh man, looking back, there was like the whole place was decorated for the Eagles. They had all the balloons. The whole flight was Eagles, bro. They had like on the flight they had the Eagles chants. It was crazy. And there was that lady. That lady kept going,
Oh,
"Do it again, do it
God.
again."
Yeah.
Remember that
And then
lady?
some dude was calling out. I don't know if it was specifically towards Paul, but they were like, "Yeah, if you're not Eagles fans, get out." And Paul like looks around and goes, "What? Like, what are you talking about?" And then they were talking about the Celtics too. They were talking about the Celtics, and Paul's like, "Yo, who's talking about my Celtics?" Like looking around.
No, they brought up Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown. I said, "Who's talking about my boys?" I looked around.
And
like,
everyone had no idea
boys.
what to think because they were like, "Wait a minute, I thought this was all like Eagles fans for a sec." They're like, "Boston, like what?" It was funny.
No, that was funny because
I
she was.
wearing the Larry Bird jersey on the airplane.
No one noticed though. Like no one
Yeah.
said anything besides
I
like
was
us.
shocked. No one said a single word to me except for one person. We were walking to the back of the plane. Only one dude said something.
What do you say?
He said, "Dr. J's better."
Ah. Bro,
That
what
was it.
was crazy is that like we lost the Celtics the night before. We were supposed to get a flight out of there at 5 a.m., right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we changed it. It was supposed to be at. I think. Yeah. We would have left at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Like we would have had to leave our house at like 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we changed it to it was what 10 or no? It was
we had to
afternoon.
leave there at like 11, yeah.
Yeah, it was like 1 or 2 p.m. I think was our new flight. And yeah, no, it was like once we got on the plane, everyone sat down. They started doing the Eagles chants. So, like I
Yeah.
have a video of it. And then once they finished, some lady got out of her seat. She was like, "Do it again, do it again!" And then like nobody did it, and she went, "Oh, you guys stink."
It's like we just did it like 3 times on the
Yeah,
plane.
right?
Like, what do you expect, lady?
She did
Yeah.
the same thing once we landed. She was like, "Okay, guys, do it again!" Like with her camera out. It was pretty funny.
Arizona's nice though. Like with
Oh,
all the Rocky,
man.
me and
Oh,
Paul
I
were
loved
saying
it.
because he was in front of us. You were like probably 4 or 5 rows up, right? You were 4 or 5 rows up, and Paul was right in front of me, and you were sitting next to some chattable guys. I was always listening to your conversation. The guys next to me didn't say a word to me, but I remember you were saying like, "Yo, like that looks like
What are you talking
Mount Chiliad," about like Mount Chiliad and all that
about?
stuff
Oh, on the plane.
on
yeah.
the plane. Like it's so
Yeah,
like
me and that one
rocky
person,
and
yeah.
dude, it was. I would definitely recommend going.
There was
to
a kid on the
Arizona.
plane with us, or next to me, he was about our age. And we were just talking about how the plane ride looked exactly like part of GTA. maps.
Yeah,
Like there was this one lake that looked exactly like that one lake.
yeah.
I don't remember the name, but
Wasn't it like Mount Chiliad?
Millie
that you were talking-
Chaliad, but I forgot what the body of water was called.
Oh yeah, I have no
But
idea. I haven't
either
played
way, it was
GTA.
so funny. I was like, "You're so right," and I started
Yeah.
laughing.
Dude, GTA has went out when we were in 2013. So like when we were 13, like 12, 13, and they still never released a new GTA. Bro, it's about to be 10 years since that.
Yeah,
That's insane though.
when it came out in 2013.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
dude, it's weird though. But like that's what we were saying. Like when we arrived to the to like Arizona, it was still decked out in like all the Super Bowl gear.
Oh yeah.
Like it was
Well,
absolutely
The guy
insane.
next to me was munching on a pizza and then just fell asleep.
Right.
So I was just planes are weird because I try to listen to a podcast or something, but then you fall asleep and I'll wake up and I'm like halfway through it and I didn't listen to the first part.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of flights, but we made it through. And no, yeah, it was great. I mean, once we got there, all the walls had Super Bowl stuff on it. We got to our Uber was cool. We went to the wrong place. That airport is huge. It was like a mall.
It was like a mall.
That place was huge.
We went around like so many times, and there was people coming up to you like they knew you were there for the game because one, you were wearing Eagle stuff, and two, you were like,
oh well, yeah.
so
Yeah, no,
guys,
they had a ton of NFL people there.
yeah, and they were coming up to you, be like, "Yo, you here for the game?" We're like, "Yeah." They're like, "All right, scan this QR code. There's these all events for like the next 4 or 5 days. Just go at it." And there was cool stuff all the time. You could go to all these. What is it? We went to the fan experience,
That was
which
sick.
was sick. You got to like throw. You got to kick field goals, throw footballs, and like targets and stuff. We went and saw all the tickets. We saw rings. We saw a ton of stuff, and we have.
We gotta go in chronological order. That
I
was
know,
Like
it's
the
just-
that was like the third night.
There was just so much stuff that you could.
We were at the
like, do.
airport. Tom loves QR codes. The guy goes, "Hey, here's a QR code." He's like, "No, I don't want to scan. I don't want to scan." I was like, "Tom, just scan the code."
Yeah.
He's like, "No, I don't want it." But I was like, "Tom, it's an itinerary for the event." He's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, okay." And he
I was like,
scanned
all
it.
right. I mean, like, I don't like going.
This guy loves QR codes.
I don't like when
Tom
people
always
come up.
talks about
I don't
it.
like when people come up to me and like try and like ask me stuff, especially when we were just on a 6-hour flight. Like we just got off, we're walking, and some dude's coming up
was
to you
6
trying to
hours.
like. Was it around
It's
like
like 4.5, 5.
5
No,
hours?
it was like 5.5.
It was 5.5 hours.
Actually, you know what? You're right.
The way
because
back
the way
was-
back was like 4.
was quicker.
Yeah. But like
That's
still,
right.
like any of those.
Yeah,
Just
no.
Off the plane. Let me.
But that guy he wanted you to scan his QR code.
And we got a free coffee too. None of us took it.
No, yeah, they
Yeah,
offered
no
it.
one's-
No,
no one's- no one's-
nobody took it though. I bought some munchkins. So then what? We got to the hotel, and then we didn't really do much the first night. We kind of just played Xbox.
It was at what, like 7 o'clock.
Yeah, we got
what
there
did we
kind of
get?
late.
We went to Pan Express.
Oh yeah, we walked like
So
through the
bad.
desert to find Panda Express.
And we touched them cactuses too.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah, you guys touched the cactus.
listen,
Yeah, we're weird like that.
No, it wasn't even like when you guys.
We've never seen a real cactus before.
when you
over,
guys
like,
go to
It's
Arizona.
Arizona, yeah.
When you guys go to Arizona, like when you touch the pins, like yeah, there's ones with a really long spike, but these were like fuzzy. And when you touch them, you're like, oh, these are fuzzy. And then you look at your finger, and there's like all these like millions of spikes. And we're like, bro.
yeah, everyone listening's probably like, yeah, that's how cactuses work.
Yeah, I
the people
know.
that
We've
live
never seen a
in the
cactus
desert.
over 2 inches tall. Never seen anything bigger than like a little what are those plant? What are the little plants called?
The mini. Yeah, I know what you
The
mean.
mini plants.
Yeah, I went when I went to
Succulents.
California. I saw them, but
I've never seen a
nothing like
cactus
Arizona.
that.
They're everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, they were like 11 feet tall.
They were tall.
Dude,
Yeah, we
they're
have
huge.
pictures.
cactuses.
They were huge. They had to have them like held up with wood. Some of them.
Mhm.
So we
Like a
walked all the
tree.
way to Panda Express. We Ubered back because we didn't want to walk again.
It was a 25-minute
Um,
walk.
It was 25 minutes, but it was like through the dark. It was like through some neighborhood, and then like it was weird.
Guy on a moped or whatever was following us too.
It was a weird walk.
Weird day.
So then we came back. We pretty much played Xbox the whole night. There wasn't much to do Thursday night.
Wait, do we even tell them what happened? We played like all of us were on the same team.
Oh
in
my
Madden.
God.
All of us were on the same team in Madden. We lost to Patrick Mahomes off one play to Dallas Goedert, who stepped out of bounds. It was to win the game.
He literally got tackled at the one.
It was no, I think he either got tackled or he stepped out
Ran
of
out of
bounds.
bounds.
But
Ran out of bounds.
It
I
was
think
to
that's what it
win the
was.
game, and he stepped out.
So it was Madden, and it was us three on the same team, rotating who was the quarterback versus the Chiefs, who was a bot, and we lost.
Yeah,
Was
we're
it on
not the best Madden players.
Was it was it on easy mode or was it on like?
It was on pro.
It was probably on.
All right, well that's all right. It's hard doing it with.
It is kind of hard when you're with, whatever, man. So we lost from to the Chiefs from the very beginning. So I mean that was Thursday night. Didn't really do much. Friday we went around the stadium. Right, we went and checked out the stadium. There was
Yeah.
like this huge dude. It's so nice there. It's like
It's unbelievable.
it's like
clean.
it's so clean. Yeah, compared to Philly at
Well,
least.
yeah.
It's so
That's
clean.
how most cities are.
Well, it
Philly.
was very clean. It was nice. It was like this big outdoor kind of shopping mall. There was a movie theater, Dave and Buster's, which we'll get to. But no, I mean, it was nice. We walked around. There was concerts going on.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff you had to be 21 for. So me and Paul we're close, but we're not there
Yeah,
yet.
couple
I
more
didn't
weeks.
go out or
Couple more weeks,
anything
baby.
like that. I didn't ever went out.
Yeah,
Because I'm not
Tom's
gonna ditch you guys.
27,
Yeah.
so he was, he could have, but no, he stayed with us, the old head.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, it was fun. We walked on the stadium. It was kind of all blocked off. There wasn't really a ton you could do there. When was that? That was next day. So then that's the night we went out to dinner. We went to Scottsdale, right?
I think so.
Yeah, we went to
Yeah.
Scottsdale. We went to that's where the ESPN people were. There was
Yeah.
like with a show that was right there.
A lot of signed mem. There's like
Yeah,
That
there
was
was
really
there was
cool.
like this store with a lot with like
I like Scottsdale.
it was a
lot.
helmet and it was a picture with the entire Eagles team signed it. That was what $2,000. something like that.
Honestly-
I think we were like, that's kind of a pretty good
Really
deal.
good deal.
And it was Mahomes too. Mahomes
Yeah.
all like they had a whole Chiefs banner with the entire team that signed it. Same thing for Eagles. They were each like 1950.
Which is not bad. Like when
I
you
feel like
think
that, I
about
feel like
it,
that isn't bad.
'cause,
No,
like, there's Hurts Auto, there's AJ Brown, there's Kenneth Gainwell, there's Devonta Smith,
and like
there's
that's a
Dallas
Super Bowl winning
Goedert.
team.
Literally,
one of them.
yeah. That was literally
Yeah.
a 50-50 chance because you could
Sure, the
easily
Chiefs
make
one went up.
yeah, you can easily make probably like $500, maybe do an extra grand if they won, and then you posted that day.
Yeah,
And
so
then
we
if you're an Eagles fan,
Just
you
take it.
just take it.
we thought about buying it, but we didn't. Where would we have put it?
Honestly, right here.
No,
may-
like to get home.
oh, you'd have to
We
definitely
would
ship
we
it
would have
back.
to ship it. So
That's too scary.
yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
we didn't get it, but we ended up going to dinner. It was a good dinner.
Then we went to where did we go for dinner?
I'm not
the
saying
the
it.
steak place,
I was waiting for him to say it.
I knew you were.
Fogo de Chao.
Fogo de Chio.
That's how you say it.
I was waiting
Uh,
for it. I was
that
waiting
place-
Said it that way too.
for it. Yeah. I
No,
said
that
this,
place was nice. They had,
And you met a basketball player, but we didn't say anything. Who was that?
Damian Lee,
Damian Lee,
And
but
his
he was with his
son.
kid. You know,
yeah, I don't even know who that is.
whoever he was with. Yeah.
So I think you
I
were-
just saw him and I was like 90% sure it's Damian Lee.
Yeah, you were walking away, and I think me and Paul were holding the door for literally, I think it was him. And then Paul turns around and goes, yo, that's Damian Lee. I was like, what? And the mom was like shielding the baby's face. I don't know.
I
why.
don't even know who he was with. I don't know anything about Damian Lee. So I looked exactly like him. I'm like pretty sure it's Damian Lee.
Yeah.
Maybe like it's like a pretty nice restaurant. Like I mean, we're like khakis and like a nice shirt,
Yeah.
and he came. It was wearing like basketball shorts and a shirt.
Yeah.
The food was good.
But no, that was a nice place. I was Fridays we just like Ubered back. It was a pretty long drive. Dude, those houses on the hills, that was crazy.
Mansions.
Damian
What'd they
Lee
call
right
it?
now is a basketball player on the Suns. So the people who don't know, because he's not like a known basketball player or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't even.
he was
still
probably
know-
like-
I still
Yeah.
don't know. who he
He's
is.
on the
and stuff.
Suns. That's why he was there.
What was what were they? What did they call that? It was some I think like neighborhood or wherever we drove through to get there. But whatever it was,
I
it was like
forget.
these, not even mansions, were like compounds on the hill, like
Yeah.
in the mountains. It was nuts. We drove by there. Uber driver was telling us about that. I mean, it wasn't a too far drive. It was like 40 minutes, but
Not too bad.
I mean, that was probably for that night. And then what was it? Saturday, your brother came.
Yeah. And we went to the experience,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, we went to the NFL experience, which was sick.
That
so,
was
like,
fun.
Yeah, there was all this.
That's probably they honestly
Other than
did
the
the
Super Bowl,
best
that was
job
the
there. We
funnest
did a
thing.
lot of
Most
stuff.
Oh
fun
yeah,
stuff.
that was really cool. We posted that's gonna be in the YouTube video we're posting about it. Yeah, how much planning do you think it takes to run these Super Bowls? Because there is so much stuff that went into it, man.
It's a good
You
question.
got all the outside events, you got the actual game, like the people at the airports, all the little like how much planning go.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That NFL fan experience had so much stuff in it. Like I feel like that would take months just on its own.
Yeah.
Bro, it had all. I think I had a player. We did a commercial for like Snickers
Yeah.
where we predicted the NFL score, which was sick.
We did the kick,
We did like this kick into Gronk's mouth. I think
fingers or something like that. He
No,
was going
into
like
his
this.
mouth.
Was it his mouth?
It was his mouth because
I was the only one who made it.
You hit him in the neck.
Yeah.
And then they had just all this like crazy stuff, all these rings from the Super Bowls, all the tickets from all the games, a ton of like old memorabilia. There was a Panini booth there.
Oh my gosh.
We got our picture with as a sports card at the Super Bowl. It was sick.
They're
It was-
giving out free NFTs of the. Of
they were. We
Panini.
still have a bunch we have to do. Like
Yeah.
they're worth a little bit of money.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what else? I feel like there was a couple more things there. Am I missing it or anything?
We went home and we. Oh no! So we went home after that, right?
Yeah.
Liam left the experience and he went with all his buddies, but we went to go get what is it? Raising Cane's.
Oh yeah.
Dude, listen to this story.
So
You weren't there.
You
yet.
weren't
I,
there.
I stayed back.
so he was
I
back.
was in
So
the shower.
yeah, so Paul was at the hotel. So at the Super Bowl, me and Tom were so hungry, man, and there was a Cane's right next to our hotel, and Cane's is just one of the best fast food places that there is. It's so good. I love Cane's, and they don't have any here yet. So when we get them, it's it's rare. So we see the Cane's. I see it's open till 12. Perfect. It's like 10:30. We go, opening the door, and it's locked. And we walked from our hotel to the Cane's. Like it wasn't that far, but we didn't have a car or anything. So we open, it's locked. The guy's like, "Hey, sorry, man. Like, we're closed for inside dining." I was like, "Oh man, like it said on the thing 12." He's like, "Oh, it's only for the drive-through." I was like, "Oh, come on."
Gosh,
I was
can't
like,
believe you said that.
"Come on, man. Come on. I know you can get me some food. I need some food. Just give me 3 things of chicken. Like, I don't have a car. Come on, hook it up. He's like, dude, like, I can't. I'm just the guy painting the trash can. That's
Yeah,
what
he was spray painting trash cans. It
He
was just weird. It was
Wait,
like
really?
He
dude,
was
it was
spray
like,
painting a
tell me
trash.
that.
dude, it was like what, like 9, 10 o'clock.
It was like
Oh my
10:30.
God.
He's spray painting a trash
It
can
was
black.
so weird because all I hear is and it reeks like paint.
But no, he was cool. I was like, come on,
Yeah.
man. Like, come on. We're starving. And like, I'm like, and then this girl came up. She's like, can I use your bathroom? And I said, you can use their bathroom if you get your friend in your car to order us food. And the kid's just like, what? I'm like trying to make a deal between the 3 of us. And she's like, I don't think they'll do that. I said, then you can't go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, I'll call them. And then she called them. And then she's like, hey guys, I can only go to the bathroom if we order someone else's food. And then the manager came out and she's like, what's going on? And the guy's like, and the girl's like, I need to go to the bathroom. She's like, yeah, you definitely can't do that. So leave. And she's like, oh, okay. And then she just left us. And I was like, hey, like, we're starving. Can you get us some food? And she's like, what do you guys need? And we said it and we gave her her card. She was 5 minutes, it was out. W manager. That was
Very
she was very cool. So yeah, man, all you gotta do is ask if you want something. And sometimes they'll give it to you. But yeah, super cool manager. Cane's is a very W restaurant and I love Cane's.
So then what? That was the rest of the night.
So we got it. We went home.
We
Yeah,
kinda
it was
played,
pretty late.
we watched like South Park and we played Xbox and stuff like that.
Pretty
and that was
much.
it. And then it was the next day, which was Super Bowl, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
'cause that was Saturday. So
Yeah.
then it was Super Bowl. What do? We just like kind of like walked around the stadium a little bit, walked around. We made a couple of videos, and we thought, what was the one guy we thought was doing sports cards? His name, it said like card something, card deck, right? It was card
I
deck.
didn't even look into it.
And we
I
went
have,
up.
I have no
Yeah, we went up to
Yeah.
him and we were like, yo, like you do sports cards, right? It was card deck, right? You do sports cards? He goes, yeah.
It wasn't card deck. It was
it was-
something that said cards. And
Yeah.
Tom was like, oh, maybe sports cards.
And then
It
because he was
was-
interviewing people,
It wasn't.
And then he was just like, yeah, no, I don't. I was like, all right, that was a waste of time.
Yeah, that was a waste of time. But then we went into the game. In the game was sick. We saw who was at the big like ESPN thing. Gronk, Michael
Oh, yeah,
Strahan,
Fox.
Fox, and then some others. Oh yeah, it was Fox.
Howie
And then some other
Long.
people. So they were doing that. That was pretty cool. We got to see that. We followed around some cheerleaders so Paul could take a picture with them.
Mhm.
That's in
We were
there.
on TV like 7 different channels. 'Cause
Yeah.
We were just in the circle.
We were on the
everything.
Spanish, I think Spanish Fox.
Yeah, Spanish Fox.
So I think we were behind them, and then I looked over. I'm like, oh, I went, Tom, look, we're on there right behind them, and then they turned around
yeah.
so that we weren't behind them anymore. That was pretty cool. So we kind of just walked around, got some videos, opened some packs, went down to our seats, just like looked at the stadium when there was no one there, which was kind of crazy. Well, we got some food, and then kind of just waited for the game to start, pretty much.
Yeah, we saw the Philly sports guy, you know, the guy that does
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the
I was
mohawk
like,
and the
yo,
face
sports
paint.
guy is like, it was so
He
weird.
seemed a little, he had a couple drinks in him. He was
Oh,
going
yeah.
That
nuts.
dude
seemed a little-
is everywhere.
He's
I
literally
go
everywhere.
any
What does he
game
do?
he's there.
What does he do, man?
He must have won the lottery because he's
I've been
at every
to,
game.
I think probably in total 5 to 8 like Philly sports events, like either Sixers versus Celtics or an Eagles game or Phillies versus Red Sox or whatever. And he's been, I think, at like all of them.
Yeah.
He's at everything.
He's at every game.
Literally.
Literally.
His life is Philadelphia sports. It's literally his life.
Then who else did we meet? Like who else? I feel like there was so we did the packs. So after the Fox, we did all the packs and everything, and then the game started. Then that stuff happened with the fans. Anything happen with you? You were very close. You were on the lower level. So
Yeah.
like, did anything happen like out of the ordinary or like fans cheering, anyone messing with you?
Not really. It was just a normal like game, except it was a Super Bowl, and everything was just better, cooler, and I just still can't believe that. Like it's one of those things you always say, why would there's no way I'd ever go to a Super Bowl, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's
just
crazy.
it's one of those things where
And we went.
you never think you would go, and then
Yeah.
once you do go, you're like you just take it all in. I looked like as they kicked off, I just looked around the entire stadium, was like, I'm really at a Super Bowl right now.
Yeah, that was crazy because
Yeah.
like you could just tell the energy was different than from a regular game. State Farm's a really nice stadium
Yeah,
too.
it is nice.
I like that place, but no, yeah, I mean, it sucks they lost, but like I'm very grateful we got to go. Like that's insane. Hopefully we get to go again, and the Eagles are hopefully playing. But so then what? We basically got there. Let's talk about the game after. We'll finish like our experience. Then we'll talk about the actual
Yeah.
game. So then we got there. The game, the halftime show was really cool from where me and Tom. How was it for you? From where me and Tom was sitting, it was insane.
It was probably about the same. I think the angles are different. When you're higher up, I feel like it's probably better.
Oh my
to
God,
be
where
honest.
we were sitting for the halftime show might have been the best seats in the house. Maybe a little bit more to the right. The video that I got of the end of it with the fireworks was like insane. That
Yeah.
was that was one of the coolest things.
I guess
like
looking
I've
up, it
seen.
was
That
kinda
was
cool.
so sick. That halftime
And
show.
she was pregnant. Like she was
I
doing all
didn't
that
know
stuff when
that.
she was pregnant.
I didn't even know that.
I think
I found it on Instagram.
Yeah, I couldn't tell that.
that's the
from where we
thought. That's
were.
the thing too. I was like, oh yeah, like I was like, yeah, she's been pregnant, and then I look, I'm like, wait a minute, this is her second child. I didn't even know she had her first. I thought she was still pregnant with her first. So yeah,
didn't
I
even
think that
know
was
she
like
had a
everyone
kid.
coming. I think
I didn't even know she had a kid before
Yeah,
that. so
I don't
thank
follow
you.
Rihanna, but it was a really cool
Yeah.
show.
there was definitely.
There was
really
all the
cool.
little
some pretty good
marshmallow
songs.
people.
We saw Kurt Warner too driving up. We're like, Kurt Warner. He's driving, and it's like
Oh,
He was
yeah,
like
on a
I mean,
golf
walking
cart, yeah.
private
process.
golf cart. He goes,
I didn't
yo,
even
what's
know
going on,
that was him.
fellas?
I didn't even know it was him.
And then so like after that, obviously they lost. We went back to the hotel. We basically it was like 8 p.m. because of the time. We basically just laid in bed for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I was chilling. You guys and Tom's brother were like,
I mean, we were
It
very
was rough.
sad.
Yeah, it was most
I
definitely.
wanted to
rough.
go out and hang out somewhere, but
Yeah. There was a lot of.
it was gonna be all Chiefs fans anyways, and they would have been talking.
We were
trash.
getting
Oh,
heckled
and
by
then there's-
Chiefs fans.
it was-
on
it
the
was
way
very
back.
The funniest
quiet,
thing for
though.
me was when we were walking by and the Chiefs fans started talking trash to me, and I was just like, I'm not even an Eagles fan. Congratulations. And then he was like, oh,
It was kind
stop
of.
talking.
I was surprised at the amount of trash talk there was because, like, when you walked around the whole day, no one was doing
Nah, there wasn't
chants for
that
the
much.
Chiefs. You weren't doing chant. Like, there's no chants Chiefs or anything. We probably got heckled. What? Maybe 4 times. Like,
Wasn't bad.
rarely. Like, it was rare. And we walked from the stadium to our hotel, which was like pretty far.
I'll say this though about the Super Bowl. Listen, man, the Eagles fans, like I said, they skewed a little bit older, but they showed up.
Yeah.
Every single person we saw, go Birds, let's go, chants. I didn't hear one Chiefs fan get hyped the
saw a
entire
couple
time.
people do Chiefs
I didn't hear
fans.
one Chiefs fan being hyped the entire time.
Yeah.
They weren't like, you know what I mean? They weren't even not even rowdy. Like you just saw them, they were just walking by, like no one like every Birds fan, go Birds. Like
And if you said
it was
anything,
different.
It was kind of
Birds
weird.
fans are just different.
Yeah. When you said anything, like what I think it was me and you. We were walking in the elevator, and the one guy like came in with the Chiefs. We're like, and he's like, yeah. And then like that.
I mean,
was
they were
it.
chill, but like they weren't hype about the
Yeah.
team like we were. Like they were all cool. Like we'd see when I would go, He just goes,
Maybe they're used to
Uh-oh.
winning at this point because they're in the AFC Championship every year.
Yeah,
And that's the other
true.
thing for me. I always thought my first Super Bowl would be including the Patriots, right? Because I was just so used to it my whole life.
Yeah.
get
Now,
used to
I don't think they're going to be going
lot
back
of-
anytime soon.
yeah, we got used to
Got to make some moves.
How many championships have you seen in your life? I think we went over this, but how many did you actually like see?
I'll go off of how many I've been alive for and then how many I can remember.
Yeah.
So I was born in March 2002. So that was right after the Patriots won their first Super Bowl. Right after. So 5 for the Patriots, plus 4 for the Red Sox, plus 1 for the Bruins, plus 1 for the Celtics. So 5, 4, 9, so 11.
Must be nice, Paul.
So,
we could
but
have.
I remember
lost 3 in 1 year.
I remember
Really?
2018 Patriots and Red Sox. That's 2. I remember 2013 Red Sox and then the other 2 Patriots ones. I can't count on multiple hands. You
Paul's
guys,
like,
you
"Oh,
guys
man."
can count. At
I have
home.
too many.
And then
Yeah.
I can count
Bro, Thanos.
the 2011 Bruins. I can remember 2011 Bruins, and I barely remember the 2008 Celtics, and that bothers me because if you know me, you guys know I love the Celtics more than anything.
Yeah.
And obviously I love it, the Red Sox, Patriots, and Bruins and stuff, but I just need to see the Celtics win, and I'd be like,
Yeah.
good.
And then when we were at Dave and Bustle's,
We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Where
You gotta.
we at?
We're
Where we
not
at
there
now?
yet. The night.
Oh,
So,
I was just saying we didn't really do.
we're
much
almost
of that.
there yet.
Yeah.
But we're not there yet. We played Madden again and lost again.
Did we play Madden?
Yeah.
I
And we lost
Dude,
again to the
I didn't-
Chiefs.
I was so excited about just being there, and when we went out and stuff, like being in the hotel was like whatever, kind of for me.
Yeah.
Like I had fun, what we did.
Well, that
making the
night
TikToks,
we went
but-
right back to the hotel because
Oh,
and then
yeah.
and then we depressingly ripped packs
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
didn't get anything.
Thank
It
you.
was bad.
So
what
we
did
played
open?
we
Got
played
a
Madden
Rex
and
Ryan
lost. It doesn't even
checkerboard that I
matter.
traded
Don't
with
worry
Tom
about it.
for
Yeah.
a cracked ice Najee Harris.
Yeah, you scammed me, you scammer.
You offered the trade to me.
I got a Rex Ryan.
They're all my
checkerboard.
cards that I bought, so they're
I-
technically all mine.
I doubted our checkerboard Rex Ryan, and you thought the Rex Ryan would be more than the Najee. And I was like, yo, Paul, you get to pick which one. Is it the Rex Ryan or the Najee Harris? And you're like, Rex Ryan. The Rex Ryan sold for 99 cents.
I couldn't believe that.
I was very surprised.
That might go up because he's rumored to get a head coach or assistant coaching job with the Broncos or whatever.
Ooh, with Peyton too.
Yeah.
So
Broncos
Eagles
trying to make
already
some moves, getting the
got rid of the defensive and
coaches.
offensive coordinator.
just to give him some more hype and then see what happens.
yeah, I can't believe we did get rid of the offensive
Yeah, how do you
coordinator.
guys think about that? You lost your 2 coordinators.
I don't
I'm
know.
surprised it was even that like soon. Like it was really
I-
like
They
Super
both
Bowl
went to head
weekend,
coaching
out.
jobs.
Yeah, I didn't even know that much about. I mean, wasn't this like their first year or two with a job as a coordinator? I don't know anything about
Well,
your coordinator. to be
Gannon-
honest.
I don't know how he got a job after he just didn't do anything the whole time. But also, if you watch it, bro, like the field was weird. Have you been
They
seeing
said it
people
was
talk
wet?
about that?
Didn't
It
they say it was,
wasn't
like, too
wet.
wet?
It was like it wasn't wet because there's no rain. It was like it was slippery. Like they were slipping.
Yeah, Elliott
Bro.
slipped.
I did not know that.
All the players said there was issues with the field. If you watch, a ton of Eagles were slipping around. Guess who made the field? The guy who's made the field for the Super Bowl for the last every Super Bowl. He's made the field.
Patrick Mahomes.
No, the guy who makes the field
Who?
every Super Bowl. I don't know what his name is. He's a Chiefs fan.
But wouldn't that make the Chiefs slip
That would
too?
affect
like,
the Chiefs too, so I don't agree with that.
yeah, I feel
Hey
like
guys,
I
I'm
agree
gonna
with
make
the
the field
holding
this certain way.
calls.
Make sure to wear these certain cleats. Just FYI.
I don't know.
I don't
That's
know,
a little
man.
extreme.
I don't
think that would-
know.
I think that would get out easier. The holding calls
I
is
don't
one
know.
thing, but that's kind of stupid to be honest.
Think about it.
I'm
can't-
thinking
you can't
about
have
it.
that.
I'm thinking about it.
can't
It
have
doesn't
a-
make any sense.
You can't have the Chiefs fan make the field. How can you do that?
What are we gonna call this? The field gate like, for
Field
the
gate.
Patriots?
Yeah.
For the
His
Chiefs
name is
now?
the Sod Father.
Oh man.
Wow.
That's his name.
I didn't know that it was a
Eagles
Chiefs
lose
fan.
another Super Bowl to the rig stuff. I don't know whatever you want to.
Anyway,
Well, you guys did record us. Don't forget about that. You
Yeah,
did.
but I'm
Patriots
saying
are-
it's
are
another
cheaters,
one.
but it's
I'm
fine.
not saying in a sarcastic
Oh,
way.
I thought you were saying that.
well then we got up and we went to Dave and Buster's from 11 a.m. to about 6 p.m.
Yeah.
We each dropped about $150 on cars and just went crazy Dave and Buster's for 6 hours, 7 hours.
Let's
maybe.
talk about what Paul did first. Let's go
Paul was
our way
stuck
this
at the
way.
Monopoly game for a good 2 hours.
I was
straight.
winning
Bro,
though, and it was
it-
so much fun.
I think
I was
that
like,
was
I'm only spending this much money, and this is so much fun. Like,
it was one of those
I
games
wasn't
where
doing it to make coupons. I was doing it because it was fun.
Do you have
Yeah.
a video of that? Did you record
I don't
that?
know
Oh,
if
I
oh.
recorded so many videos.
No, our video of you from like 3 feet back just at the game.
yeah, but you were there for like I don't even say 2. I would say like 3 to 4. He was on that game. we did
a while.
racing. We did
He
Mario
goes, I'm getting more
Kart."
tickets.
Yeah, and then we went off and did our own thing. We did the what's the wheel thing? The
Yeah.
wheel,
You
And-
were scheming on that.
dude. I think I found an infinite coupon glitch. I don't know if it's just me, but
Infinite ticket glitch.
what's the one? It's like I forget the
What are they called?
specific
Tickets
name.
or coupons?
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's where, yeah, I don't. It's all over
Just
the
the
place.
wheel where you pull the thing back and then you press the button and it stops.
Well, there was like 1,000 tickets, right? And me and Andrew were just clicking it, and it would be like ding 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 ding.
Like
ding,
you could get it pretty easily.
Bro, we had I think a combined, we had 2,000 tickets or
No, no.
200 or 20,000
No,
tickets.
30,000.
30,000
Combined.
tickets.
You had
yeah.
like 15 on your own.
yeah,
You had like what, 6 or 7? And I had I think 9.
yeah. Bro,
So
it was
whatever
insane.
that comes to. Yeah, that
Mm.
was nuts. We bought we could have got so much cool stuff, but we couldn't bring it on the plane.
We could.
So-
I could have got a 6-foot bear.
I got a Laffy Taffy
What do I
and
got? Inflatable tube guys. We got.
little inflatable tube men.
You saved your tickets. I think I still might have my.
Yeah,
I doubt you're ever going back there.
I think I'm going back either actually today. I actually might be going back today.
You can
Yeah,
go get a- you
here
can
it
go-
is.
You can go get a free meal.
I got like 9,000 tickets on this because we bought 2 inflatable tube
Yeah,
guys.
dude.
You didn't want to buy
I don't
one.
have my wallet.
You easily
said-
could have got one.
I said I'm
Oh
probably
no,
gonna go back
I showed
soon.
this. They easily could take it.
I said I'm probably gonna go back soon.
Well,
Oh,
we
yeah.
went there for 6 hours. It was a good time. We played games. We ate food. And then we went to the airport, which we sat there for another 3 hours. I went up to the guy. I was like, yo, man, like, I need some tickets. Can you hook it up? Or for our plane tickets. And he was like, oh, I can't now. Go to your seat and, I'll call you up. And there was already a huge line. So I'm like, you're going to call me up first, right? And then he just did it for us. He put us together, our 3
Yeah.
seats together, which was nice. Paul took my window seat. And then we
Yes,
flew
I
home.
did.
Yeah,
And we
you
flew
took my
home.
middle seat. Was so surprised.
I was gonna be
would've
the only
taken
one who
middle.
wasn't
The middle
sleeping,
doesn't matter.
so.
I was assigned the window seat, and Paul was like, "I'm taking the window seat." And I said, "Well, let's just go by whatever our assigned seats are." And he still took it from me.
He also
so-
took my Tesla
Paul,
seat.
Paul owes me a window
took
seat
you
at
your
some
what?
point.
Tesla seat. I wanted the front seat. Oh, wait, no, he didn't allow anyone in the
no
front
one
seat.
even let us.
Yeah.
He was really chill though.
He was cool, yeah.
Dude, I
That dude
felt
was-
bad.
Dude was going through it.
You were busy on a lot of stuff, but me and Tom were talking to him. What happened?
Yeah, leak in his house.
And the person before us left their keys in his car, and she was being a jerk to him.
Yeah. She was like, "Can you bring them to me?"
Like, are you kidding me?
I'm
You
like-
left the keys in his car, and you have the audacity to say that?
When there was a
Yeah.
ton of traffic.
yeah.
It was terrible.
And he was trying to like do that, and then it was
He was
like,
trying to bring him to her.
yeah,
He tried before she even called him.
Yeah.
He was trying. He's like, "Do you guys mind?" We're like, "No, dude, it's all good. You're doing the right thing." I was so angry. I was like, "How do you treat someone that way?"
She's like, "Yeah, well, I can't actually leave, so can you just bring them to me and just put them in my car?" That's what
yeah,
she
like,
said.
who cares if you can't get
if
back?
you're
in
watching
the
this
car?
podcast, lady, be a good person.
Yeah.
From
Yeah,
now
that was
on.
messed up.
You
Good-
stink.
You better tip that guy.
You
Yes.
better give him 25% tip.
Yeah, seriously.
So then we flew home. We got home at 5 a.m. Had a rough drive home, and I went to sleep.
Oh, that drive home was rough. Man.
That was.
Dude, I didn't even fall asleep for most of it. I was
My
I-
leg was asleep in the back of the car. Oh, it was rough.
It was it was
It
pretty.
was rough.
It was definitely rough.
All right, so that was basically our trip. It was a very fun time. We had a lot of
A
fun.
lot of fun.
So I think now we talk about the game. So Paul, what did you think about the overall, like the actual game? Because that was our trip. What do you think about the actual game?
Actual game is really good. I'll tell it
That
from
was.
a neutral fan perspective. I mean, I didn't want either team to win, but
That's so disrespectful.
okay. A Patriots fan doesn't like Philly
I
sports.
would want the
and why
Patriots
would I
to
want
win
the Chiefs to
if
win?
I was with you.
My biggest thing with this. This is why I rooted for the Chiefs, or not the Chiefs, the Eagles. People need to stop comparing Mahomes, Andy Reid, and Travis Kelce to Gronk, Brady, and Belichick.
Yep.
It's too soon. It's way too soon.
Yep.
You got to look at the 10 years of dominance there, basically. But from a neutral fan perspective, it was an amazing game. I wish the Eagles had the ball to try and win. It would have been way more exciting for any fan. And I also think that the pace of the game, like the Chiefs coming back after Mahomes got hurt, to get back into the game, they took the lead. Eagles come right back after they thought all hope was lost, and they tie the game or whatever, take the lead.
That was nuts.
And then the Chiefs come back, they take the lead. Like that's
was-
the best thing about Super Bowls. And you know, it ended on the game-winning field goal. Forget the refs thing. Even though the Eagles didn't get a chance to come back down, it was an amazing game. I'm so blessed, beyond blessed to have been there for that game. And I just can't believe it's still.
if they let him do that could have been easily the undisputed one of the
best
best
Super Bowl
Super Bowls ever.
Absolutely.
If
It was definitely a good one too.
bro, because if Hurts had a game-winning drive, which would have been insane, even if he put it to overtime, that would have been nuts.
Absolutely.
If he put it to overtime, I have no doubt in my mind that the Chiefs would have won the coin toss and probably would have won the game.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Whoever touched the ball got.
That's
the win.
definitely what would have happened. It wouldn't have been us, just how it works. But wow, just that it would have been nuts. It would have
Yeah.
been. But no, overall, I mean, that was
What do
definitely.
you think, Tom?
That was a great game.
The thing was that I was excited about the game because, dude, we were up. It was what, like 24-14 at half. It was a lot of scoring, and there was like a lot of good plays. Like, dude, there was big hits. Like, what? Someone got hurt because of how big the hit was. Like, there was a lot of excitement in the game. But the thing that I didn't like about it, how it ended on a field goal.
Yeah.
I wanted a game-winning drive. Like,
I
yeah,
guess so.
the game was definitely great. There's a lot of scoring chances. It easily could have been that one Super Bowl where it was like 13-3. But still, like, I would say, I think Hurts could have threw the ball a little bit harder, and we easily could have caught that ball at the last play.
I don't think so. He was short anyway. They were
I
short
know.
10, 20 yards.
I
Like
know.
the people, like the players were.
Yeah.
Bro, his shoulder was still not like.
Yeah.
Nah, that wasn't. Like when you have 8 seconds for one play and you're to 20, it's kind of.
Do you guys think he should have done something different than throw the ball?
I
Think he
mean,
maybe could have ran it?
You
What
could
else
have done
could he have
the
done?
Lateral,
the
maybe do
laterals,
something
but
like
that
that?
never works. And then if you're a Patriots fan, it ends in embarrassment.
Yeah.
That never
So-
works.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question: was Mahomes faking the ankle injury, or did they give this man the super soldier serum at halftime?
I think he got the serum. 100%. Because, dude, no way. That dude,
He
he
was-
was crying.
He was crying.
He was literally crying. And then he comes down running, 40 yards? Like, no, I think we need to hire a team and actually look into that because that's unfair. There's no way.
After
I
the
think
game,
he
that man was
definitely got
bugging,
hurt,
too.
but he
Yeah.
was probably exaggerating a little bit.
So you think it's one of those things where they make like a 30 for 30? They're like, oh my God, he's hurt. And then he wins the
No,
game.
it's just if he like was Lamar and he ran the whole game anyways, or like
Yeah.
something like that, like Jalen Hurts. Let's say he didn't pass the ball like at all the rest of the game and was running. I'd say, okay, what the hell's going on? But
Yeah.
he he had that one run, and I think that was because he had to. And Mahomes runs weird. You say this a lot. He runs.
Oh, he
very
walks
weird.
really weird.
He runs like a toddler.
Yeah, it's nothing against Mahomes. I like Mahomes. It's just
It's efficient, but it's just weird.
it's just interesting. That's really all I can really say. It's
Yeah.
just very interesting the way he walks.
Walks
But-
and talks.
Bro, like he's literally like
And talks.
limping off. Yeah, bro, you're limping off the field. He couldn't walk off the field. He was limping, and you're gonna run 40 yards? No way. He
Yeah,
definitely
it
took
is what it
something at
is.
halftime. It was a long halftime. It was what 30, 40 minutes.
I thought it was pretty long just compared to. I
Well, that's
feel
how
like,
it always is because of the halftime show.
Yeah, it wasn't
But-
longer at all because of the halftime show.
No, that's how every Super Bowl has a super long.
Oh yeah.
If Mahomes, on the flip side, if Mahomes did get actually hurt and he played through that, if he really was hurt, that's very impressive.
Yeah.
I
the
mean, I don't
fact that
think
he
that he
did that.
wasn't hurt at all, but like to be limping off the field and doing that, either he had to be exaggerating it or they took something in it.
Yeah, I think he exaggerated a little bit, to be honest. But a lot of it goes into the emotion. Sports, people don't understand how much emotion is built into sports to begin with.
That
Yeah.
adrenaline, I guess.
And the adrenaline, exactly. So, and he'd been playing through it already. It kind of reminds me a lot of when Brady hurt his finger a few years ago. I forget what year it was, but I think it was when we lost to you guys in Super
Yeah.
Bowl. But he it's very different. Like, he didn't want attention for it at all. He tried hiding it.
Yeah.
And that is what separates, like Michael Jordan, the same thing. He would hide everything. Looking back, not many people knew he had the flu when he played through the flu game. And then you look at someone like LeBron. You'll know when LeBron's hurt because
Yeah.
he throws a temper tantrum. And Mahomes, I'm kind of not really comparing that, but kind of. That's what I love about certain like athletes that like they don't want people to know when they're weak
Yeah. I feel like Hurts has that
because
thing too.
they want the challenge of playing through it. And Hurts reminds me he has that mentality.
When he was hurt, he was literally telling Nick Sirianni, he's like, "Yeah, I want to play next week." And that was when he was hurt. When he was he was out 2 games.
Was this in the regular season?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was like, "Yeah, I want to play." And he's like, "Listen, I'd rather you sit out these 2 games. Maybe we take these 2 losses, but we're still gonna be number 1." He's like, "No, I want to play." Like, all right, like, listen, we get it. Like, you have that dog in you, but like, what happens if you hurt yourself even more? That ruins your chance for playoffs and even the Super Bowl. So I'm glad Nick Sirianni kind of sat him out. I know he really wanted to play, but it was really a smart move on Nick Sirianni.
Dude, the disrespect to Jalen Hurts, even still, is actually like
It is.
insane.
100%.
He lost
Absolutely.
2 games this season. The first one against the Commanders was one of the weirdest, flukiest games. There was like
Yeah.
4
A lot of
people
weird
fumbled.
things
There was like
happened that
3
game.
turnovers. It was Dallas Goedert, Moss like fumbling. Like Hurts didn't even play that. Like it wasn't because of Hurts. The 2 games we lost were Gardner Minshew. The team like fell apart. Everyone literally pretty much threw the Eagles to the side. Oh yeah, they're done. Hurts isn't the MVP because when he didn't play, they couldn't do anything. And then he comes back. We win every game up until the Super Bowl where Hurts was the best player on the field. The disrespect to him is actually like I don't know why, but it's insulting.
Kelsey said something.
It's
too about it.
disrespectful, bro. It's so
Mahomes-
disrespectful.
Mahomes gave him a lot of respect, and I feel like
I did
the
see that. That
media-
was good.
The media has really started to give him respect, but I hate how it's after the Super
But
Bowl.
no one's even talking about it. Like I watched all the like
no one in the cards is talking.
No,
about
no,
it,
no,
but
no,
the
no.
ESPN
I watched-
media is talking.
bro,
about
I
it,
watched
dude.
you
They
watch
are.
Stephen A. Smith, all those kind of guys. They're still like I literally was watching them. They're like, is Jalen Hurts Jalen Hurts get paid this year? Oh well, yeah. He's making more than $4 million. Well, let's talk about Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Like it's always that. It's
Yeah,
it's
Mahomes
crazy.
is always going to overshadow whoever it is.
bro.
but
It doesn't matter. He's a top.
5 quarterback for sure now. I think that's been solidified.
Who's over him?
My top 5 quarterbacks?
Who's over him right now?
I now would probably go Mahomes 1.
Fair.
I think Burrow is probably past Allen, in my opinion. I go Allen 3. 4 might be Hurts. Shoot. I'll go Aaron Rodgers still, and I'll say Hurts at 5.
Herbert is.
I
I
don't
think
know.
Herbert's kind of out of it now. I think
Yeah.
Herbert definitely has a chance to be top 5. It's just you can't say dude who lost in the first round blowing that lead, and you can't put him over
Yeah.
Hurts anymore, dude. You can't. If you don't have Hurts in your top 5, I'm sorry, you're just being biased.
I think Hurts is number 2.
Really number 2.
I think Hurts is number 2. What has
Oh,
Burrow
wow.
done that Hurts hasn't? He's made it to a Super Bowl just like Burrow. He's put up crazy numbers all year just like Burrow. When he's in the game, you have a chance to win just like Burrow. They're literally, I'm not saying Burrow's bad, but like Hurts just made it to the Super Bowl. Bro, it's close, but obviously I'm an Eagles fan. Hurts is number 2.
My thing for why Burrow's better is just he's done it 2 years in a row, and the AFC is a lot better than the AFC. The AFC is a lot better than the NFC.
That's fair.
Burrow has beaten Josh Allen. He's beating Mahomes 4 times,
4 times.
Three.
Yes.
3 times, and he did it coming back down what the score was last year. And if he had a good offensive line like Jalen Hurts has, oh my god,
Fair. Definitely fair.
Yeah,
Burrow's,
I'm not-
Burrow's him. He's very good, but dude, I think next year.
where do you rank?
I think
Hurts
this time next
from?
year, it won't be disputable. Hurts needed this loss. He needed to lose this Super Bowl because what he does is he goes to work. Last year, that season, whatever he did in the offseason was like
Yeah.
that was so exponential. You know that loss this year is like, bro, that's gonna propel him to 3 Super Bowls.
It's gonna have a lot of fire.
He is
Okay.
going to come back next year, insane. I'm telling you.
All right, so Tom, and I want both of your top 5 quarterbacks. in
Do
the
you want me to
NFL.
go? Or
You go
already-
first.
So what I think is, all right, Patrick Mahomes first, right? I get it. Now you're gonna be kind of upset, kind of with my top 5. I think it's Joe Burrow
At 1?
at 2,
Okay, good.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts at 3,
That's fine.
Josh Allen 4, and it's kind of a split between Rodgers and Herbert at 5. If anything, 5 would be
Yeah,
Rodgers.
I have
'Cause,
to
dude-
put, you have to put Rodgers in 5.
I think Allen, honestly, like Allen has all these years. You would think he at least made it to 1 Super Bowl, or like, would have at least done something. But like, dude, Hurts just first year,
Got killed in the AFC Championship to the Chiefs a few years ago.
and I understand that because the coin
Yeah.
flip screwed him over. I can't believe that still was a thing back then.
That wasn't the divisional. I'm talking about the AFC Championship.
Oh.
The first time they made the AFC Championship or whatever, they got killed.
Yeah.
Mahomes killed him.
But I just think that, I think that Hurts can definitely be way better than Burrow. And I think he's kind of either a little bit better or kind of tied with Josh Allen. That's why he's obviously 3rd.
So you have Mahomes 1 and then Hurts 2. Andrew?
He's about to say Hurts.
It's
one.
partially biased, but yeah, I think so, dude.
All right,
I think so.
relax.
Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Relax.
You can say relax, but you can't call me like insane for that. You
Yeah, I
can't s-
can.
you can't- No, you can't. You can't say, dude, you're literally on so many drugs right now that it's insane.
Why is Hurts better than Mahomes?
No, I didn't say Mahomes. Burrow.
Burrow.
I said Hurts is
yeah.
number 2.
I asked Mahomes.
No.
Oh, no.
I
Oh,
s-
Burrow? Okay.
No, I said no. I
That's
said
not that
no.
crazy.
Mahomes is 1. That's,
Okay, if you think
can't
Hurts is
argue that.
better than Burrow, it's not that crazy.
You can't argue that.
I
And then what are we saying? Are we
I would
saying
say Burrow's
overall this
better.
past year? If we're talking about this past year, absolutely Hurts. Like that's the thing. That's what I don't get about some of these when we talk about this. Like you gotta be specific when people make these lists. What are we talking about? All time? Okay, well then obviously no, he's not
overall,
number 2.
overall, not
Overall,
this season,
from this
not
past year?
yesterday, not 5 years ago, just right now.
Overall, starting quarterbacks in the league.
Not like overall, like the last couple years combined, and like skill, accolades, everything, and going into it. Like you have to give Mahomes his respect, and he's also been the best QB this year. He won MVP. Okay, so if you're going off of like last year, people would probably say Stafford was top 5. No,
Yeah,
he's
no.
not.
I'm going off this past season, going into next season. That's what I'm going
Okay,
off of.
going off
Mahomes,
the season and the next season.
Hurts, Burrow, Allen. I mean, I don't even know if dude's gonna play. Rodgers is currently in a cabin with no lights on day 3. So I don't know
Yeah.
what he's even gonna do.
Yeah.
But I guess you could probably put Rodgers in there. Like our lists are very similar, but I think from this past season going next season, bro, it's Hurts. It's Hurts. No, it's not. At number 2. That's my opinion.
So you do have Allen at 4.
Yeah, Allen's insane. I mean, it's hard
It's
because
tough.
you can't. I mean, that's the thing.
I
You
like
can't
Allen.
really. There has to be some line of team accomplishments versus like the quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Because, but like Allen they don't get it done.
He didn't get it. He
They just don't get it done.
didn't do good against the Dolphins, and he didn't do good against the Chiefs or the Bengals. So why would you give him top
Yeah,
3
yeah.
credit?
He almost lost
He's-
to
he's
Skylar
crazy. You
can't.
Thompson. Like Tua was
Yeah.
out. It wasn't
Honestly,
even like it was Tua.
If this kind of stuff happens next year, I definitely put Hurts over Allen.
So 3, not 2.
I already have him over Allen.
I have him at
I found
3.
a 4.
I still have Allen. What I have him at 3.
Yeah.
Sure, I might put Rodgers over him still, and I might move Allen down to 4, honestly, because
Then where do you have
then again
Hurts?
they both. I have Hurts at 5. They
Oh.
both Rodgers and Allen. They both aren't doing it in the playoffs recently.
Mm.
Rodgers
I-
hasn't done it. He hasn't
in a
gotten past
while.
the NFC Championship since what 2011. Over a decade, he hasn't been in
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
But where do you think he's gonna go now? Like, could this change his ranking? Like, if he goes with Adams in the Vikings, do you think they're gonna go nuts? He has
Adams and the
Brent-
Vikings.
Yeah. Do you think he's
The
gonna
Raiders.
go to the Raiders? Sorry. Do you
Oh,
think
Raiders
he's
and
gonna go to the Raiders?
Adams. I think he is. I
If he-
think Aaron Rodgers goes to Las Vegas with Devontae Adams. Stephen A. said this the other day, he was like being over exaggerating about it, like he always is, but it kind of makes sense. What if the whole time Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers said, "Let's get the hell out of the Green Bay. Let's go to Las Vegas." I'll say some crazy stuff about Derek Carr. He's in the last year of his contract. We're not going to play that good as people think. He's going to want to leave. You're going to want to request a trade because you guys are going to suck without me, and you come here.
Jeez, that's a lot of planning. I feel like
That's what Stephen A. said, but
They're good buddies, dude.
who knows?
yeah, they're
And
boys.
the people have been asking Aaron Rodgers when he was playing golf and stuff, and he was like kind of joking around about it, but he wasn't like ignoring it.
No,
Derek Carr literally goes, "Well, that's why I'm leaving." When
Yeah,
asked
like-
about it, like sir, at the Pro Bowl, he was like,
And before the season, there was all that talk of I'm playing with another Hall of Fame quarterback. I think Devontae Adams just saying that to get attention, to build it up for them to, and then Aaron Rodgers says, "All right, I'm a Raider." I think that's what's going to happen. I think it's either him, Jets.
If he
them
goes
or
to the
Jets.
Raiders, bro, that AFC West is crazy.
it's about to be difficult. That's what it's gonna be.
But who knows?
What's going on with the Broncos though?
I think they keep Russell Wilson. Whoa, my mic just fell off.
Oh my gosh!
I
How
guess
did you
we might
even
have
do
to hold
that?
I got it. Keep talking. Keep talking. I'll take care.
So my thing is this: the Broncos. So they have Russell Wilson. They got Jerry Jeudy. They have Sean Payton.
I'm just gonna hold it. I'll just hold it for now.
Guy.
It's all right.
How did that even happen?
I'll fix it later.
They got a good team. They have a really good defense. What was it this year? Was it really just Russell Wilson? Was it the coach? I mean, obviously,
I don't think they like him.
I don't think they
Bro,
like playing for him.
I
don't know how you don't like playing for Sean Payton. So that could be a big thing this year.
I don't think they like him because apparently that Russ had like a giant party and like not even half showed up. Like I heard like the teams like Jerry Jeudy was
Oh,
mad at
really?
him. Bro, look at Melvin Gordon. Like Melvin Gordon, I know he got traded and everything, but I heard like Melvin Gordon don't like him. I heard like a lot of
Dang.
people just don't like him,
This mic
which-
is heavy.
which stinks because like you know what I mean. Like, dude, he was decent at with the Seahawks.
He was insane.
He was good.
Really
Yeah,
good.
he was a
And
top.
we went to
he was
the
a top 5
Super
QB
Bowl and
for almost 10
everything.
years.
But I can't believe the downfall.
I
he
love
kinda
Russell.
had.
He's a good dude. He's a really good
He
guy.
had a
Yeah.
huge downfall.
Bronco. He's a little cringe though. That's probably why they don't.
Let's ride.
don't
That
want
was a little.
That was a
cringe.
curse. I think that was a curse put up a lot.
If Rodgers
That
leaves the
video is so
Packers,
funny.
Hurts is like it's literally undisputed the best quarterback in the NFC, and the Eagles are probably the best team in the NFC, kind of like by a lot. Who is second?
No, I'm trying to think of.
I
all
mean, if the
things.
49ers get a quarterback,
Yeah.
maybe
Dude,
the Vikings are going to be mid. Like what? Who else is there?
There's-
Who else is there?
There's no one really in the AFC West.
I think the Eagles go back unless the Niners get a real quarterback.
No one in the NFC South anymore. Right? No one.
Oh my God,
Brady's
division
gone?
is probably the worst division.
Yeah, without
Only the
ever.
Brady,
NFC
wow.
East.
What even is the NFC South? There's no quarterbacks. Desmond Ritter, Jameis Winston, Kyle Trask for right now, and then
Maybe
Matt Corral.
Maybe Matt Corral.
There's no
Who knows,
quarterbacks
man? Who
there.
knows?
None
Bro,
of those quarterbacks are even top 25.
Everybody was talking about the NFC East. NFC East this year, the worst division in the league. AFC West is going to be the best division in the league.
They
yeah,
did
they
have
won.
an easy schedule, but the
Bro,
Eagles proved that they don't
Three
apply to
teams in
that.
the NFC East were in the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, no, the
Three
Eagles-
teams.
They deserve their respect. It just
I don't
It's-
really care,
it's-
but
people from the NFC saying NFC least cannot say anything. The AFC is just
Two stacked.
it is. I
there's
think
so many young quarterbacks.
I think I really do think the next depending on. I mean, I'm really hoping they give him like a 5 to 10 year contract. Hurts, bro. If we have Hurts, I think we go to like 3 to 5 Super Bowls in the next 10 years.
Now, what if?
It's a lot.
I think he
lot
wins
of
2 to
Super
3,
Bowls.
bro.
100%.
Well,
I could see
because
him
what
going
you
to
said,
more.
because of what you said. The AFC is just so much better,
I think
and he's so good that he's just gonna dominate the
yeah.
NFC.
The NFC. That's the thing, dude. They need to get it. Like the only guy who has a chance to do anything in the NFC is outside of the Eagles. Like I can't think of anyone.
There isn't anyone.
There's no quarterbacks. Like Aaron Rodgers is probably going to the AFC too. That was the Jets and Raiders are like I think Vegas is saying those are the most teams that he's going to go to. Like that's what's being
No way
predicted.
he does the Jets. No way.
I don't think he will, but I hope he doesn't because that would hurt the Patriots a lot. But
Nah, I can't see.
I can't see anyone in the NFC. I think Trey Lance, if he's gonna be what I think he can be, it's the only way because the Niners are stacked. But like Brock Purdy, I like him. He's good, but his ceiling's there. Like, he's not
I
gonna
think
get
he's
much
not
better.
starting. Trey Lance is definitely going to be because he has a lot of recovery to go. Brock Purdy is not starting.
I can see Brock Purdy like going to the Jets.
Someone random. I could.
Like
I would
he's not gonna be.
No, I would.
I
Definitely
think Jimmy
sign
Garoppolo is
Brock
going to
Purdy.
the Jets.
I don't
That
think-
him or Jimmy G. It's,
I don't
either
think
one
Brock
of them.
Purdy.
No, I think Brock Purdy's. I think they're going to keep Brock Purdy and Trey Lance. Brock Purdy will be a backup again.
Yeah.
And if Trey Lance doesn't do anything, we'll have Brock Purdy, right? Trey Lance is
That's
either
fair.
going to be a boomer or bust. I'm
They
telling
could
you.
get a
I've been
lot
saying
for
this.
Jimmy G.
I've been saying this since they drafted Trey Lance. I wanted the Patriots to get him. I didn't think he was going to get drafted that high. I thought he was too raw of a prospect to go that high. He went third. So if Trey Lance is as good as I think he can be, you guys are in for some trouble. But he could also suck, and this could be a terrible take because I think he's either boom or bust.
Justin Fields can be really good. I think.
Yeah.
What are the Bears doing?
I
He
think
just,
if,
he just needs a new.
if he can put some Jalen Hurts work in and get like throwing down, he can be really
He got
good.
some receivers.
But yeah, he needs a team. That's the thing.
They
Yeah,
just
he
got
has
the
no
Eagles is
offensive
stacked.
line. He has
Eagles
no
is-
receivers. He has no good running backs
Yeah.
outside of David Montgomery. He's the best running back on the team.
Even I don't know. I think David Montgomery gets traded and Khalil Herbert shines. Everyone's
Is it?
sleeping on Khalil Herbert.
Khalil Herbert and Ramondre Stevenson, the 2 second-year running backs, did a lot this year that people didn't expect them to do.
Yeah, 100%.
What do you guys think about the 93% of the time the QB sneak play the Eagles have been doing
They're
it
talking
all
about
year?
getting rid of that.
Exactly. What do you think about that?
I think it's
so
stupid. I think it's
Jinx.
stupid.
Not every team can do that.
No, it's something. You have
It's
to
very
master.
overpowered for the Eagles and a couple teams that have offensive lines, but that's called good management.
But
you
like-
get a good offensive line.
Get
like
a
a
better,
50
yeah, get a
Get
better,
a better offensive line.
get a
It's
better
football.
defensive line.
Or,
Stop
yeah,
it.
exactly. You can't. That's been a thing forever. You're just gonna stop because one team did so well with that.
Yeah.
And I'm a Patriots fan. We've been doing this. We did that for a while when we have a good offensive line with Brady because he's just so big. Not many people could stop that either. But you can't You can't give a team a penalty because they're doing it so well. Like,
Do you know what that's called? It's called practice defending it. Stop being a hater and just not get rid of
yeah,
it.
you can't
Just
get rid of
defend
that.
it. You know what I mean? Don't be, don't get
Yeah, stop
butthurt
crying.
because don't be butthurt because you can't stop it. How about you honestly look over the tape and find out how to stop it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't just get rid of it.
Oh, I
It sounds
completely
like you're
agree.
just crying about it because your team can't do it. You know what I mean? I can't believe they even thought of that. That's like getting rid of kickers. Like you can't just stop that. Like why
I'd
would you
rather
even
get
stop
rid of
Yeah.
kickers than that play.
Man, I think that
It's not fair at all. I completely agree with you on that, Andrew. What do you think about it?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, figure out a way to figure out a way to
seriously.
defend it.
Like, it's
how-
like getting rid of the
how it
3-pointer.
goes.
Like that's like
Yeah,
Steph Curry hitting threes.
It's like, all right, you know what? Steph Curry and Klay Thompson in 2016 or whatever. You guys are making too many threes. We're taking away the 3-point line. Like,
All right,
maybe not to that extent, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like, that's like in the NBA being like, okay, well, you can't do this move
or
because
like dunking or something.
It's like
you
limiting Mahomes is like, okay, Mahomes, you're too good. You can only throw 20 times a game.
yeah.
like you can only throw so many times.
What?
Like, stuff like that. We're probably exaggerating a little bit because it's just one certain play. But for the Eagles, that's a good play for them. They use that a lot, don't they? Yeah.
100%.
I think they use
so,
it like what once or twice a game.
oh my
honestly.
God, a ton of game. But
Yeah.
if it's anything in one, it's pretty much guaranteed.
Yeah.
But
And if
learn
you're
it.
if it's working, why would you stop? So why would you
Seriously.
penalize a team for doing it successfully? You know, I don't
the
agree
game
with that.
changes all the time. Like
It's the Eagles
Adapt.
versus everyone.
Yeah.
It's starting
Change
to
with
sound
the
like
game.
no one
that.
likes us, we don't care, man.
It's starting to be everyone.
I
against
know how
the
That's
you
how
Eagles.
it
feel.
is.
No one likes Boston either, but
Well, you guys are different, but
yeah, we
you guys
win
won
a
too
lot.
much. But why would you want to give up? I just still can't believe that they would even think of that, especially when one team has done it. Do you think if more than just say 4 or 5 teams done it so many times, do you think they would have got rid of it?
I think if
Mm-mm.
next year every team does it every
Yeah.
single play, maybe.
Yeah,
Every 4th and 1.
I can
yeah,
see that.
I could.
Like
If that happens.
because I mean technically, okay, 2 runs and then that, and it's for every
You gotta
time,
have a
like,
good offensive line though, and you have to look at the other team's defensive line. Like if it's 50-50, you go for it probably. But if it's like the Bears' offensive line against your defensive line,
Yeah,
why the hell would they do that? Fields is pretty big and he's athletic, but no way in hell are they doing that, man.
Yeah.
They're not getting that. Hurts or Fields going backwards like 4 yards.
yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, so that's gonna be an interesting thing. And then I think there's one more huge question in the AFC West that really applies to Cards too. I think you know who I'm talking about. What do you think about Justin Herbert?
Oh man.
And then just keep going.
Justin Herbert, here's my thing with him. I think he gets the one. I do think he'll get to a Super Bowl, but it's like a Phillip Rivers all over thing again for me. Like The Chargers are just one of those teams. There are not a lot of fans out there. For some reason, I mean, it's L.A. It just
because everyone from LA is from
not
a
from
bunch of other
somewhere else.
places.
Yeah, it's just
Everyone goes there with the team that they already like.
yeah, and it's just like they have a solid team around him. I was one of the people who were going to be on the Chargers bandwagon this year. I thought they made some great moves. I thought they got J.C. Jackson as a Patriots fan. I know what he can bring. He got hurt in the beginning of the season. Keenan Allen got hurt. They had a few more other guys. Who else did they bring in? Khalil Mack, right? Or did he go somewhere else?
I think so.
I don't even remember. You guys probably yelling at
Or
me in the
was it
comments,
Bills?
but no, that was Von
I
Miller.
don't remember.
But they made some moves, and I thought, like, damn, dude, they have a good team. And Herbert's just gonna get better. He got some injuries too. Like that's the thing with Herbert. Remember when he got hurt that one game and he stayed in the
Rib,
game and
yeah.
almost won?
Yeah.
It's not
That was
Herbert.
just Mahomes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that ankle and
Yeah.
then that laser he
It's
threw.
not Herbert.
crazy.
Herbert is very, very good. Like we said, he's arguably a top 5 quarterback.
So
It's
good.
just you got to have the winning, and some people overcome winning with what they have and what they don't have. And Mahomes honestly kind of did that this season.
Yeah, no, that's the
He
thing.
didn't have the best team in the world. And he won a Super Bowl.
Herbert's insane, and it's something nothing is against Herbert, but when you talk about, at least like from a sports card perspective, when investing and you're talking about thousands of dollars worth of cards, like you need guys that are gonna win if you want your stuff to go up. If you want to invest in a company, you want the stock to go up, right? So I just don't he's gonna be really good, and he's gonna have insane seasons, and he is really good, but I just don't know how I don't see them winning a ton. Like a ton is at least playoff games.
Yeah.
Has he won a playoff game yet?
No, he is not.
Oh,
Herbert.
Herbert,
He
yeah.
hasn't.
So like
He
that's
went to his
when,
first one this year.
yeah. So like when Hurts and
He
Burrow
blew a
have
lead.
both been to Super Bowls, you know what I mean? Like it's just, and obviously I'm an Eagles fan, so I have a ton of Hurts, but that's kind of stuff you got to think about. Like look at these people, look at his prices compared to other guys. Like he's kind of
Mhm.
on par with Burrow, and Burrow's done so much more. So like you just kind of
Yeah.
have to,
I have a question for you guys.
you know what I mean?
What's going to happen with Tua and the Dolphins?
Oh, I think he should retire.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be
It's
good.
dangerous, dude.
It's scary,
he
man.
can. Start with Damar Hamlin.
He could literally be
Not same issue, but
no.
anything can happen, dude. And that's football. I feel it's war out there. Very easy to get hurt.
It's
And-
really sad because he's hasn't made his money yet. And that's the thing. Like,
That's the thing, dude. When you
but he's definitely made way more
Yeah,
than the
he's-
average person.
he's-
has
yeah,
ever.
obviously.
But he's dedicated to the game, dude. Like when he got up from getting hit, like you saw when he got up and he started stumbling, like he still wanted to be in the game.
Oh,
That
no,
man was
yeah.
running to
I-
go
Tua-
and find out the next play.
I've earned a lot of respect for Tua. You know, I like to joke around. Tua turned the ball over, or whatever. I'm a Patriots
Yeah.
fan. I don't like the Dolphins, but Tua's a good guy, man.
Oh no, as a
And
guy
he-
and a player, I love
he's
Tua.
He's a solid quarterback. He's
That was
arguably
scary.
a top 10 quarterback this
Yeah.
season. So I think he was a top 10 QB this season, regardless of his injuries he's had. And
2020 is the greatest draft class of all time.
it's too early to say.
In the last
Yeah, we
20
went
years.
over this. It's
not
got
about
to be.
in the last
I have to look.
15 20 years.
I have to look, but it's definitely a
Only
very,
only
very
second
good
is
draft
Mahomes,
class.
but there's 4 amazing quarterbacks.
We compared that to 2017 before, and it just doesn't add up. The 2020 is just over.
From
way
what I've
over.
noticed, I can name 10 guys in that draft class who were all pros already.
2020?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb,
Jonathan
Herbert,
Taylor,
Burrow, Tua.
Jerry
Jonathan
Jeudy.
Taylor. There's so many guys. There's
Yeah.
so many good guys in there.
And then they didn't even talk about defense.
Yeah.
They got some defensive guys in there.
There's a
Chase
lot,
Young is really good.
There's a lot of
Chase Young, he's just
sleepers.
injured all the time.
Like we
Sucks.
always talk about when you guys would get into a break, we always say the 4 quarterbacks, the 2 wide receivers, the 2 running backs. Bro, people are sleeping on Michael Pittman. People are sleeping on Brandon Ayuk. Like so many
Yeah.
guys.
There's
don't-
so many people in that class.
T. Higgins.
T.
There's
Higgins is
so
in there
many
too.
people.
I gotta say this about T. Higgins. If T. Higgins was on the Patriots, I think he'd be a top 10 receiver in the league, arguably.
He'd be your wide receiver 1.
He'd be our wide receiver 1 first day in the practice, dude. Oh my god, I love T. Higgins. And he's a wide receiver 2 behind Jamar Chase.
But that's what we're saying too. Like,
And he's like the 15th to 20th guy you want to get when you open cards.
yeah.
Which
That's-
is nuts.
And like what we were saying too, like, yo, these guys are like really good compared to like I would rather have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Joe Burrow than like Herbert and Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. But what we were saying too about Herbert is, dude, Herbert's good on paper, but like this year he was just didn't have any weapons. Mike Williams was
Everyone's
hurt a little
hurt.
bit.
Everyone
like,
was
it was
hurt,
all
like I
hurt.
said.
And it all depends. Like that's where you guys gotta look at cards too. Like I started to look at, all right, if I want to invest in this QB, he can't just run the whole time. You got to look at his weapons. Same thing with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's so good. All he has is Mark Andrews.
Yeah, no sh-
Lamar might be a guy you want to
Oh,
buy.
the Dolphins. I
So-
think he's going to the Dolphins.
because that's when you're talking about cards, like what we're saying, Herbert is already priced so high. Lamar's pretty low, all things considered right now. I haven't heard his name once all season.
Probably
he doesn't want to play
all
that
season.
much.
Exactly. So
he's afraid
now's
of
the
getting
time.
hurt and losing his money.
Now's the time to get in if you want to get in
Yeah.
on Lamar. I think Lamar is a pretty good opportunity.
Hey, he's
to be
already
honest.
got an MVP. People forget that. This man won MVP.
Young. What was he? He was like 22.
He was very young.
Wasn't
He
he
won
t-
MVP in his second season after having a few starts to end his rookie year.
And he's a lot young. He's younger than Burrow, and he was drafted 2 years.
I don't really know. I'm sure you're right. I
He's
wouldn't
young.
know, but either
I think
way,
we did talk
Check
about
that
that.
stat real quick.
I think we
for me.
did talk about that.
He is young.
Either way, Lamar Jackson has a lot of room to go up in cards, and he needs a lot to prove as well on the field. I mean, if he goes to a good team, I mean, the Ravens, Harbaugh's done his days, man. I think he's done as a head coach in the NFL in terms of what he can produce. It just same stuff every year with him. Obviously, he's a great coach, but once you've been doing it for something for so long, people are starting to figure out Bill Belichick without Tom Brady. I'm a Patriots fan admitting that. Obviously, Bill is still the greatest coach of all time, but you know what I mean. Anyways, I'm getting off track. Lamar goes to a winning team with a couple good receivers and a solid offensive line. I think he could be a top 5 quarterback in the league again,
Yeah. Well,
for sure.
we did look it up, dude.
How old is he?
He's literally a year younger. They're both 26,
Then
but
who?
then Burrow.
He's 26. Lamar.
They're both 26, yeah. So
He's
Lamar's younger.
26?
Yeah, but
That's
they're both
You guys are
crazy.
making him
26.
sound like 23 or something.
That's right, yeah.
I thought he was. Well, this is
Bro,
bro.
like
Bro, he was
that's-
drafted. He was drafted in 2018. He was drafted
Yeah.
almost 6 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Like he was
crazy.
2018 class. Burrow was 2020.
That's the thing.
The guy that just won the college championship's 26.
Lamar
Lamar's been in
Jackson's-
the year for 5
He's
years.
crazy.
That's weird.
The league for 5 years.
That's weird to think about.
He's crazy.
Well, he did that because he got a lot of red shirts in COVID
Yeah.
season, so that's why he's so
Yeah.
old in
But-
the college.
About to
But
be
it's still
30.
crazy.
Whatever.
It's still crazy.
2018, dude's been.
It's still crazy how that dude
Hurts
is
is-
in college and
What do you guys
Lamar's
think
in the
about
NFL.
Kenny Pickett?
No.
No?
He's
I
not.
like him.
He's
I like
good,
him.
but I feel like he's,
I think Kenny Pickett will be good.
I think he's going to be really good, dude. The Steelers are one of those franchises who usually produce good quarterbacks. So,
yeah, but listen, like who does?
Steelers always have a winning record, and that's it.
But
yeah.
like,
That's-
who
I
are their
think he's a
weapons?
safe
Like they've
investment.
George Pickens. I think George
they're
Pickens
going
would
to
definitely
build
be
him
good.
up. The
He is
Steelers are
really-
good at that.
He's
dude.
the next AB.
Yeah, I think. You think he's the next Antonio
CTE,
Brown?
George Pickens is the next Antonio Brown. Let's see how it goes, though.
I don't know about that good, but I know what you mean. He'll be good from the personality.
He has a very
perspective as
nice
well.
personality. He's cool. I like him. He
He's
called
funny.
himself what? NFL young
Except
boy.
hopefully he's not as psycho as Antonio Brown is now.
Well,
Yeah.
I know he's got anger issues or whatever it is, but
Who? AJ.
George Pickens.
George Pickens, yeah. He needs to sign his
Like whatever
dang
that
cards. That's
was.
what he needs to do.
Oh yeah,
man's
oh my
always a
God.
redemption.
Every
I
time I
know.
open XR, it's damn redemptions. George Pickens.
Well, how
in
come they
there.
can sign some cards? And I get there's like release dates, but like I always pull, Kenneth Walker RPA. All right, sweet. I got it from like Spectre or something or like that. But then XR or anything else like Illusions, you get redemptions. Is it really that far of a difference where you can sign this,
I don't know.
can't sign that?
I want to know. I want to take a peek behind the curtain.
I want to dig.
What is the
deeper.
process of how they make these sets? I'm sure there's a design process,
Yeah.
but like, when does that start? When is the design for Prism happening?
Hopefully, it's
I think
What
they.
month?
I think
No,
they.
it's already done.
I think they
they're in
printed
production.
everything out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they all printed everything out.
Like 6 months to a year in advance.
Yeah, I definitely in 6 months to a year in advance. I think once they get drafted, probably a couple weeks after they do that. But then then you have all that time to package, go to the people, sign the cards and everything like that. It's crazy.
Brock Purdy just had a movie season, right? Like crazy season, won all those games. His picture in Don Russ, which came out yesterday, is still the practice uniform that's in the rest of the products. That's still the picture.
You think that's gonna be in Prism?
I hope not. I hope they get a good picture. But like this stuff's, I think it's made like just so earlier,
So in advance.
so in advance because yeah, it's February 17th right now, 16th, whatever, and he's been he's lost. It's almost been a month now.
Yeah.
He's still in the practice uniform.
Yeah.
Even though he played 9 games.
Now, you think they base it off like, all right, I get like how they are. It's rare to pull, like we pull some of these rookies, like we were saying, Patrick Mahomes. We pull more Mitch Trubisky than we do Mahomes, but Mitch was a #1 overall pick. You know what I mean?
I don't think we pull.
He wasn't the
I don't-
first
I
pick.
You don't think we
I
pull
don't-
more Mitch
no.
than
He
Mahomes?
wasn't the first pick. He was a earlier draft pick though. He was in the top 10, I think.
Top, but he was way before.
Mitch was
Well,
more than Mahomes. Mahomes was like what 5? He was like 7.
Money Mitch was like top 5-ish, I think. I don't remember. But
I think Mahomes was still at the
Check
bottom.
it for
I
us,
think
Tom.
Mahomes was 10.
I think he was more at the bottom, but still, like,
No, Money Mitch was drafted
Check it.
earlier. But
do they base it off like the
he
amount of
wasn't the
cards?
first
Like,
Miles
pick.
Garrett
Miles
was the
Garrett
first
was.
pick.
you think there's going to be more Brock Purdy's, or do you think
No,
they're taking
I don't
him out
think it
now?
goes by that, to be honest, because
think
we
so.
do not get more Mitch Trubisky.
You
than
don't get
Mahomes.
Brock Purdy at all. Because we don't get his
Yeah.
cards a lot.
Really, Mitch was second.
Yeah.
Mitch was second. Patrick
I
Mahomes was
did pull a
10th.
Brock Purdy
Ah, he
auto
was
and
10th.
Donruss yesterday, though.
Really?
Yeah, I pulled this Raider rookie
Who?
auto. Brock Purdy.
That's crazy.
On my
Really?
stream last night, yeah.
And he's in that
And
uniform, right?
I pulled a pink Patrick Mahomes.
I did see that. That was sick. Perfect
Yeah.
timing too.
I actually think we might get more Mahomes than Mitch Trubisky, to be honest with you, from 2017.
Really?
I
I
got
feel
a
like I
silver. I got
pull-
a silver Mitch Trubisky yesterday too.
You only notice that because it's Mitch Trubisky. You're like, oh, Mitch Trubisky. Like, you don't notice a lot of the bad hits unless
Yeah.
they're like guys like that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, guys, that was a. Anything else? Anything else we want to talk about, Paul?
Matt Berry, go. We met him at the Super Bowl. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
Oh, dude, you know he's a Chiefs fan.
Oh, is he really?
All right,
Like-
we're done talking about him then.
He was a Chiefs fan, but you know, like we were wearing all Eagles. He could have been like, "Yeah, sorry guys," but like, dude, he shook our hands. We were like, "Man, it's a tough loss," and he was like really chill and like gave kind of some input on the game. I didn't know he was a Chiefs fan, so I looked
Yeah,
at
we met
his
some
Instagram.
really cool people this weekend.
100%. Definitely do it again.
Oh, absolutely.
We got to go back next year, boys. Bring the whole
Yeah.
gang. Luke stayed back and streamed for 24 hours. Definitely shout out to him.
Dude's crazy for doing that.
I don't know. And then he watched the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he'll be on soon.
Dude's nuts. We'll get him on an episode. But, yeah, fellas, I think
We got a
Appreciate you guys
lot to
having
do.
me
I
on
think
for the
that's
first
it,
time.
man. We have a lot going on. Make sure
We
to
gotta fix
subscribe
that
to this
mic.
podcast. I gotta fix my mic. But Paul,
Thank
How
you.
was it? How was it?
I would
the first
love
time?
to. We'd love to have you back.
Oh man, I love podcasts. I don't listen to them a lot unless it's basketball related or like business related. But
Yeah.
like, I love podcasts. in
Comment
general.
W Paul if you guys want him back on the podcast. We
Yeah,
finally
guys.
got the other camera set up and a third mic, so we can have him and anyone else on. We're gonna have some more guests on. Gonna get some clips going up. You're gonna see this a lot more. We're ready to really get this pod going, right, Tom?
Of course. Tom, Andrew, Paul. We're gonna have this
All the boys.
Love you,
insane
boys.
We'll have the
pod.
boys rotating in and out. I think.
Oh yeah, of course. Plus, we really want to have like collectors, athletes, things like that. It'd
Oh
be
yeah,
sick.
business people. I want to do a lot of cool stuff. So yeah, guys. Again, Super Bowl was amazing. Very grateful to be there. Very just a crazy
Beyond blessed.
blessing.
Absolutely.
Well,
blessed.
YouTube videos coming out soon. Make sure to watch that. Subscribe to this. Subscribe to this. That. Everything. VortexSportsCards.com. And we will. We'll see you next time.
Yep. Peace.
Peace.